Good evening and welcome to Golden Lion football here at Golden Lion Stadium in Pine Bluff. We are underway with the kickoff. It is rival Jackson State. The Tigers come in at 2-2. The opening kickoff is to Mitchell. He's got daylight. Mitchell, one man to beat at midfield. The kicker slows him up and out of bounds at the Jackson State 35-yard line. About a 65-yard return for Andre Mitchell, and that's how we start this game with a bang. Excellent field position. Tim Stubbs, Carl Wimper, and that's the way the Golden Lions needed to come out of the gates.
Well, without a doubt, Tim, and Andre Mitchell has real good speed too, and the kicker had an angle on him. That's how I was able to bring him down, but you couldn't ask for ideal field position.
So the Golden Lions are going to take over here, 1st and 10. Their home black jerseys with kind of that UCLA-esque stripe on the shoulder pads, and their white bottoms, of course, the black helmets. Jackson State in their white road jerseys with the navy blue accents and their blue helmets, and we are underway with that. UAPB takes over at the Jackson State 35 on the great return. Handoff straight ahead, stacked up maybe a yard or two off the left side as we bring in our radio audience. The opening kickoff was taken by Andre Mitchell from around the 5-yard line. He took it all the way to the Jackson State 35 on a huge return to start the game. Almost housed it. And the Golden Lions now have it 2nd down and 8 at the JSU 33-yard line. Shotgun here for Ben Anderson. 3-receiver set, tight end in motion from left to right. Sprint right, Anderson. Pump fake, in trouble, taken down for a sack. Loss of 2 back to the original line of scrimmage at the 35. Tried to get out there to the edge, Carl, and there was nobody open, and a great play by the JSU defender.
Yeah, it's by Adrian McCray. He's a linebacker, 6'2", 245 pounds. He's a redshirt senior. He's out of Chester, South Carolina, but he's an outstanding linebacker.
So the Golden Lions going to have 3rd and long here. 13:42 just underway here in the opening quarter of action. 3rd down and 10 for UAPB at the JSU 35. Shotgun for Anderson. Gonna dump it off, and a little screen play and going nowhere. And an outstanding play, no gain on the play.
You wanted Tim.
Carl, that was Javancy Jones making a spectacular play, defensive lineman.
I know it's early in the ball game, but it's in an area kind of like a tweener. You know, you go for a field goal or
long field goal here, 51 yards from the right hash to be exact. Boston Chapel alum C.J. Branch, the deep snap coming up. Nieheiser's going to hold it, and Tyler Strickland, place kicker from Alpine, California, set to kick it. Good snap, good hold. It's got the distance. Can he get it in there? No, he hits the right upright. Almost bent it in and hits the right upright. It's still shaking and nearly planted what would have passed his best, which was a school record 50-yarder last year or 2 years ago at Alabama State. He nearly broke his own record with a 51-yarder, and he had plenty of distance on that thing, and it just hit the right upright.
He really did. And of course, Jackson State is very familiar with Tyler Strickland. Tyler broke their hearts in the championship game.
Yes, he did.
A couple of years ago.
It's been a couple of heartbreaking finishes for Jackson State the last couple of years. Well, they'll take over. Play action. Rolling to his right and completing it was Ivy. Gets it to the fullback. Dumps it off to Dylan Douglas, the tight end rather, wearing a fullback number. Kind of that H-back spot, and they pick up about 12 yards and a 1st down. The bad part about the long field goal is you get to take over where the ball was kicked from. So they got a little extra yardage there, Carl.
Well, the thing about it is that UAPB was kind of like in that tweener position. And I thought they would have gone for them on
Ivy
4th down.
Dumps it off to a receiver out on the right flat, picks up about 6 yards, maybe 7. That time he was able to connect with Daniel Williams, big 6'3" target out of East St. Louis, Illinois.
But Tim, when you look at the 2 coaches, Jackson State's first-year coach, Harold Jackson, he was a 16-year NFL veteran, played mostly with the LA Rams.
Handoff trying to get to the edge, picks up the first down, a gain of about 3 off the corner there on the right side. That was Rakeem Sims. Sims, their 5'11", 225-pound red shirt senior out of Richton, Mississippi, and it seems like he has been there forever.
Yeah, you're right about that. But going back to the coaches, Harold Jackson was a 16-year NFL veteran with the Los Angeles Rams now, and then Monty Coburn played 16 seasons with the Washington Redskins.
Montez Ivy, quarterback, with Sims just behind him, 7 yards deep. Going to throw it, steps up left side, now he's going to run it. Got some room at the 30, stiff arms one man, still on his feet inside the 15 and down to about the 14. And Antonio Jenkins gets up a little slow. He made the tackle, and Jenkins had some hamstring or groin issues last week and had to be helped off the field. A long delay in that game, and they thought he may miss a week or two, and he's right back out there.
Well, it looks like Jackson
he took
State
a pop there as well.
It's like Jackson State got away with a hold there from the wide receiver, Daniel Williams.
Handoff to Sims, nice cut back, and then the UAPB line did a pretty good job stopping him around the 12. And there was Jenkins to finish off the tackle for UAPB. 10:55 and counting, first quarter, no score. UAPB missed a 51-yard field goal in their opening possession. This is Jackson State's first try. They've now driven it down to the UAPB 12-yard line with a 2nd down and 7. Ivy, handoff, delayed to Sims, got running room, cut back at the 5, walks into the end zone, touchdown Jackson State. A impressive drive for their opening possession, and Sims with a nice cutback at about the 7 and just walks into the end zone after that.
Yeah, Sims got a great block there from the tight end, Jabari Payton, 6'5", 250 pounds, the junior out of Carthage, Mississippi. It was his block that opened up the hole for the running back to get into the end zone.
Extra point coming up here for Jackson State. Ryan Deasing. Deasing's kick is good. So we'll step aside with our first time out of the game here with 10:31 remaining first quarter as Jackson State 7, UAPB nothing. And the Golden Lions will receive the kickoff when we come back in just a moment.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Back inside of Golden Lion Stadium, 7-0 Jackson State with the early lead. Short kickoff taken at about the 12. Nice cut back up the sideline, fumbling it out of bounds at the 26. Trying to see if that was King, Marvante King on the return. He had the big touchdown, the lone score last week at Alabama State late in that ball game. He's very explosive, but got to protect that football. Luckily, it was on the sideline and did pick up about 14 on the return up to the 26. So UAPB will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26. Ben Anderson back out there. Golden Lions trailing 7-0. First quarter, 10:26 to go. Under center this time, a rarity for Anderson. Stretch play to the right, trying to get to the edge. And Hanley does a nice job getting up to about the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. Picked up about, let's see, only about 3. He tried to cut the edge there, but wasn't able to turn the corner. Brian Hanley, it's his 2nd straight week as he gets the starting nod at running back.
Yeah, he's a junior out of Monticello High School there in Southeast Arkansas. A kid this team's coming in with a lot of potential there. He's 5'9", about 200 pounds, but he's very compact and has some speed too.
Anderson now back in that shotgun formation. Hanley just to the left of him, fakes it to Hanley, going to throw it over the middle, got a man complete. Enough for a UAPB first down up at the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. That's Hawthorne on the catch. So first down for the Golden Lions here. That's their first down, actually. On the last drive, they had the big kickoff return, had to settle for a long field goal attempt and missed it off the right upright from 51 yards out. Delayed handoff, Hanley, a little bit of daylight over the 40, then pushed back. They'll give him about 3 on the carry, bring up second down and 7.
Well, Tim, that offensive line for the Golden Lions continue to impress me. You know, those big guys in front, they're opening up some holes, and you know, this is a new offense that offensive coordinator Anthony Jones has installed, and you know, it's taking some time for the Golden Lions offensively to click. But I feel like that before the season's over, Tim, this offense is going to gel real well.
And the play blown dead before the pass, so see if it was a false start or a legal motion.
Maybe it's just me, Tim, but it seems like we need some lights on.
Yeah, it's a little hazy getting towards that twilight time of the evening, and you can look out over the trees, very, very hazy looking around the from high up atop the viewpoint here at Golden Lions Stadium. But now, as you say that, they listen to you, Carl. The lights are now coming on.
That penalty went against Jackson State encroachment. So
okay, so that'll move them up 5. Now second down and 2. Much better situation. Changes the play calling a bit.
Empty backfield.
Empty backfield, in trouble, and Anderson goes down. Like they were going to spread him out there and see if Anderson can make something happen with his feet. And that's the second time he's been taken down for a loss. And the 5 they just got back from encroachment, they lost about 4 right there. So now third down and about 6 coming up. We'll see what Anthony Jones wants to do. Offensive coordinator for UAPB comes over after being let go after many years and a successful run as the Alabama A&M head coach. Going to throw it here. Now forget it. I'll run it. Got space. 45 midfield to the JSU 49. Enough for a Golden Lion first down.
Well, Ben Anderson, I tell you, he's just way ahead of his game, Tim. He makes smart decisions. He has the ability to run, and perhaps, like I said many times, he's the best run-pass quarterback in the conference.
And that time he was able to pick up about 8 yards in the first down. So back-to-back first downs here for the Golden Lions. They'll hang on to the football as they're now on the JSU side of the field at the 49. Hanley still the lone back. Busted play here. Anderson making something out of nothing, literally, instead of maybe losing some yardage. He's able to pick up about 5. That was impressive considering the alternative on that play there.
Well, Nicholas Woolfolk, young man, he's a true freshman out of Dalloway High School. He was just inserted into the ball game, lined up at the tight end position. They put him in motion, and I thought the play was going to go to the left, but Ben reversed it back and came to the right.
So second down, we'll call it 5. 6:48 and counting. Fast-moving first quarter here. Golden Lions down 7-0, and now we got a flag come in before the snap.
These are it's going to be a false start, illegal procedure for the Golden Lions. Those are the kind of penalties, Tim, that will just drive a coach bananas. Because when you're going against a quality team like Jackson State, you don't want to lose any yardage. You don't want to give them any yardage.
So the 5 they just got, they give it back. Now second and 10 from the original line of scrimmage at the JSU 49. Going to hand it off. Well, there's just nothing there. They blew that play up immediately. Did Jackson State. Big 93 flying in the backfield, blowing it up. Cornelius Henderson, 6'3", 304 out of Duncanville, Texas. Just a sophomore, and he's a load. Loss of 2 on the play. 3rd and 12 coming up.
Now you put yourself in a passing situation here, Tim, and I don't know, it seemed like the pace of this game, Tim, even though it's a fast-moving first quarter, seemed like it's kind of almost like at a snail's pace.
Shotgun snap on 3rd and long. Anderson pump fake, now trying to get to the edge. He's got some daylight, needs a block at the 40. First down at the JSU 36. And again, just that's where he's most dangerous. He can run a good route on that far side of the field, run off the defender, and then there's space that opened up over there, and Anderson's got the ability to make it happen.
Well, the left tackle, Mikael Carter, missed the block, but Anderson was able to use his legs and make smart decisions in terms of running in the right direction and to use those legs to pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 here at the JSU 36. The Golden Lions on the move, their 3rd first down excuse me, of the drive. Rolling to his left, Anderson dumps it off to his fullback, and he's got good yardage up to the JSU 28-yard line, a gain of about 7 there, and it'll bring up 2nd down and short.
Well, Michael Wilson is the young kid, this redshirt senior out of Earl High School, Earl, Arkansas. The fullback, and Michael has good hands also. In addition to being a powerful runner, has pretty decent speed.
So 2nd down and 2 coming up here from the JSU 28. Looking for an option pitch. Again, Anderson's just going to have to keep it. And it's going to lose about a ½ yard on the play. And boy, it just got too crowded in there. And again, that JSU defensive line getting a lot of penetration, blowing it up in the backfield. If he would have pitched it, he probably would have JSU Tiger right in the face mask.
Yeah, you're right about that. Now, we see the paramedics going to the Jackson State sidelines.
That's never a good sign.
With some urgency, too. That's never a good sign.
So 3rd down and 3 here, 3:57 and counting, 1st quarter, and Ben Anderson's going to call a timeout, and that'll give me a second to tell you about our sponsors for the UAPB athletic football season. Our sponsors this year, the Little Steakhouse, Arkansas Lottery, Simmons First Bank, MK Distributors, Trotter Ford, Reliance Bank, Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Jefferson Regional Medical Center, 50 for the Future, and Sissy's Log Cabin, our proud sponsors for the UAPB football season. And as I call them out, you hear LaRon Marbley doing the same thing, getting a chance to catch up on that over the PA system as well. So we were thinking the same thing there.
Well, Tim, for its annual UAPB celebration day, St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church here in Pine Bluff, located at 1404 South Georgia Street, will host a UAPB recruitment fair tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. The recruitment fair is geared towards high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors throughout Pine Bluff and Jefferson County. The event will also feature comments by UAPB Chancellor Dr. Lawrence Alexander and a UAPB student panel.
3rd down and 3 here. Anderson, as we resume plays in the shotgun, bringing heat on the edge, throwing, completing. If he holds on to it, it's a first down, and a nice catch by Wesley Hawthorne. We mentioned kind of touted as the best hands on the team, and you see why right there. They needed 3 yards. He picked up 4 and got a shot in the back as he caught it.
Well, I tell you what, Hawthorne, he's a redshirt junior out of Martin High School in Arlington, Texas, and Coach Craig Ray, the receiver coach, just rave about Hawthorne because if you throw it in this area, he's going to catch it. He has tremendous hands. It's kind of like he has glue in his hands. He doesn't miss. He doesn't drop too many balls.
Pump fake, in trouble again and going down again, and maybe a face mask or a hold. Let's see. No flag, so Anderson's going to have to eat it back at the 35, and he loses about 9 yards. It's the 3rd time they've gotten to Ben in the backfield. Man, that time it was number 92, Keontre Anderson, 6'4", 270-pound lineman. So
out of Canton, Mississippi.
Good night.
Hometown of the late L.C. Greenwood.
Going to throw it here on 2nd and long. Pass complete by Anderson up to the 29, and I believe that was Hawthorne again. Got grass all in his face mask, and going to make it 3rd down and about 15 here. We'll say third and 14.
Well, the goal announcers right now, they're where they were on the initial drive, Tim, and you're kind of in that 20 position. Either you're going to go for it on 4th down, you're going to try another long field goal.
That brings up about 3rd down and 13 before the goal line.
Gonna run it, 30, daylight, 20, 15, 10, needs a block, end zone, yes sir, touchdown. Golden Lions, Ben Anderson takes it up the left side of the field, cut it back, and to the house, touchdown.
Well, Tim, what happened was the safety really blew the play because the safety went over. They were in a cover 2 defense. The safety went over because they thought that Ben was going to go deep with the football, but it just left a whole area of real estate there in front of him. Ben was able to pick up the sizable yards he needed and get into the end zone.
So Anderson making it happen, an extra point away from tying it up. And the kick is good, so we'll step away here with 1:49 to play first quarter. Ben Anderson takes it to the house for a touchdown and ties it at 7. UAPB and Jackson State. JSU will have the kickoff when we come back.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Strickland set to kick it away here. And it's going to be taken, a short kick at about the 8-yard line. 20-25, and all the way up to the 39. And a pretty good run back there for Jackson State. That was Tobias Singleton, a wide receiver, senior out of Flora, Mississippi. And took it from about the 8 to the 39, and a 31-yard return there.
So there would have been a breakdown on special teams by both units. The opening kickoff of Jackson State, special teams allowed Andre Mitchell for the goal lines to cross the midfield stripe and
hand off to Sims, trying to get to the edge and will not get there. Willie Duncan III was the first man to get him. No gain on the play.
I'll tell you, when you talk about Willie Duncan III, you talk about a young man that has loaded with a lot of talent. He's 6'2", 220 pounds, a sophomore. He's out of Southfield High School there in Southfield, Michigan. You know, and he saw action in every game last season. Had an impressive preseason practice, and he's earned his way into the starting lineup.
Ivy all day to throw it, gets hit at the last second, got a man open, caught at the 25 of UAPB, a foot race, 10-5, touchdown, Jackson State. And all alone behind the defense was Daniel Williams, a big 6'3" receiver. And he had to turn around and slow up for it at about the 20, and then it was a foot race to the end zone, and he wins the race and scores the touchdown. So Jackson State, with 1 minute left here in the opening quarter of play, now leading 13-7 with the extra point to come. Boy,
that was a blown coverage.
Yeah, it had to be. He was so open. And Ivy had all day to throw it, and they finally emerged on him right as he released the football, but he got it away to a wide open receiver. And the extra point is good. So we'll take a timeout here with 1 minute left in the first quarter. And Jackson State now leading 14-7 over UAPB, the Golden Lions, to receive the kickoff when we come back.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers' dirty looks.
School's out for summer.
School's out forever.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%. And it can happen in every place. To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
Tim Stubbs and Carl Wimper here at Gold Lion Stadium. And still a lot of seats. Our fans decide to disguise as seats. Need to fill this sucker up, and these still a lot of tailgaters out in the parking lot, but the action's in the stadium, isn't that right?
There's a lot of action in the stadium.
It's where the game is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Of course, UAPB had High School Day and Military Day. Several branches of the military, they have their presence here, and the Office of Recruitment hosted about maybe 150 high school students from throughout the area, and a group that came over from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Here's the kickoff.
Good little onside kick.
Yeah, it was kind of an in-between. Wasn't your typical onside, but it goes out of bounds. Gold Lions are going to get it here at about the 35.
Now check this, probably more or less like the 25. 24 to be exact.
No, that was touched by UAPB. Would it not be a legal procedure?
Well, it touched the UAPB player and went out of bounds.
Yeah. So the Gold Lions to take over here at the 24, their own 24, trailing 14-7. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. And right now, trading touchdowns. As UAPB scored a moment ago to tie it at 7, Jackson State comes right back down, and they connect on a big pass play for a touchdown. Rolling out to his left, nobody there, trying to.
To what? Bean has been.
Caleb Alisay, the tight end, the junior, out of Casa Grande, Arizona.
So Ben Anderson's had to elude a lot of tackles, would-be tackles to him here in the first quarter.
So Alcela, the intended receiver that time, but again, like you said, running for his life. Now takes the snap, sprints to his right, throws, and going down to a knee to catch it. Now they're going to say incomplete. It was Willie Young on the catch, had to cradle it as he went down on both knees to catch it, and apparently it must have hit the turf. Yeah. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 now.
Actually, had Ben used his legs again, he had
some room.
He had some real estate in front of him. I thought really he was going to tuck the ball under and try to use his legs to pick up some necessary yardage.
48 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the Gold Lions faced now with a 3rd down and 10 at their own 24, trailing 14-7 to Jackson State. Branch, the tight end, in motion from right to left. Taking the snap is Anderson. Penalty marker down. Anderson trying to get to the edge to buy some time. Throwing on the run, complete at the 35, up over the 40. And enough for a first down, but this flag is in a bad area back behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like an area that's an area of holding.
And they threw it right away. It was after about 2 seconds into the play, they threw the flag. A nice pass on the run there by Anderson. That was calling a legal shift on UAPB. Going to cost him 5 and also wave off a nice pass play for a first down.
You know, Coach Coleman is really trying to seek an explanation. There are all kinds of substitution taking place now.
Shotgun snap here on 3rd and 15. A pump fake by Anderson. Got some time. Goes deep up the left sideline, but nobody's home. Looking for Willie Young, and Young stopped on the route. and overthrew him by about 15 yards. So UAPB is going to bring on Nieheiser to punt it away here.
The Jackson State team should get this football in pretty good field position unless Nieheiser get off one of his pattern punts and hang one about 55, 60 yards.
Nieheiser gets it off, ran into, no flag. His own man actually hit him, and it gets angled out of bounds. A short kick, actually. Man, they spotted all the way up at the UAPB 44, so a flag was thrown in here at the tail end. I don't know if it was running into the kicker, but the UAPB player fell into him. And we'll see what this flag is about. And another one on UAPB. They'll wave it off because they'll take that field position. So with just about 2 seconds left here in the quarter, Jackson State will have to come run one more play before we end the first quarter officially. Jackson State leading 14-7. And they get the football with great field position here at the UAPB 44-yard line, and leading 14-7. The Golden Lions defense going to be tested here.
Without a doubt, Tim. It's
Ivy takes the snap here on first down, looking up right side. Now hanging on for dear life as he was about to be sacked, and let's see which Golden Lion defender that was. I believe that was Marcus Berry. I think had him by his t-shirt, hanging on to him. Well, that's going to end the first quarter of play, so we'll take a timeout here after one quarter. Jackson State 14, UAPB 7. Jackson State will have the football at the Golden Lion 45. When we come back to start the second quarter in a moment.
Tú puedes ser un héroe al estar preparado para una emergencia. Primero, prepara un plan. Reúne a tu familia para planificar formas de cómo comunicarte con tus seres queridos después de una emergencia o planear una ruta de escape. Prepara un equipo de suministros. En caso de una emergencia, es importante contar con suficientes alimentos para 3 días. Y no te olvides de las pilas. Visita ready.gov/ES Niños para obtener más información.
Welcome back to Golden Lion Stadium as we are set to start the second quarter of play. Tim Stubbs and Carl Wimper here at Golden Lion Stadium, and pretty nice evening for football as temperatures should cool off a little bit here in the evening. A lot of clouds overhead, had a lot of sunshine today, but it got a little warm this afternoon. Trying to set up the screen here on the first play of the second quarter, and picking up about 4, maybe 5 yards on the screenplay to Sims. That's going to bring up third down and about 5 here for Jackson State at the Golden Lion 39.
A key third down here for this Golden Lion defense, because you want to try to kill any kind of momentum. You know, with a stop, you want to try to kill any kind of momentum that Jackson State is mounting, so you can get this ball back to your offense.
Actually, call it third and a long 5, almost 6. Going to pass it here. Ivy over the middle. Post play. Dropped at the 5. And it would have been a first and goal at about the 1, but not able to hang on to it that time. On the post play was Jackson State's number 4, Jarius Mole. And Mole had it in his hands and dropped it, as that was a nice pass by Ivy. He put it right in there.
He's a junior out of LaPlace, Louisiana, just outside of the New Orleans area. He went to West St. John's High School there. Yeah, he had that one in his grasp.
So the Golden Lions dodge a bullet. Now Jackson State's forced to punt it away. Back deep is Mitchell. His heels planted right at the 10-yard line. And it may be a fake here. And it's going to be a successful fake. Let's see. No, it's not. And he hesitated for some reason. Darcy Williamson Looked like he could have picked up the first down, and he slowed up and allowed UAPB's defenders to get there and stop him short of the first down. He was a little indecisive.
But Tim, I don't understand the play call, okay? Because Jackson State's defense is playing outstanding. If you punt the football, you're going to put UAPB perhaps inside the 10-yard line. Now you're giving the goal lines good field position, at their own 32-yard line.
So the Gold Lions will take over here. They'll have it at their own 37 as the fake punt did not work for Jackson State. Anderson operates under center again here. It's about the 4th time here in the first half we've seen that, and that's a rarity, but some of the new offensive packages they have, trying to change it up a little bit. Hanley is the lone running back. Now a little stoppage in play here.
You can imagine what Ben is going through. This is his 3rd offensive coordinator in 3 years, so it's... When you look at the first quarter stats, Tim, Jackson State, with that long pass to Daniel Williams of 68 yards, Jackson State has 125 yards total offense in the first quarter, and UAPB has 74.
1st and 10 here. The Golden Lions down 14-7. Play action. Got his tight end or his fullback open. He caught it, tipped it with one hand, and hauled it in for, it looks to be enough for a Golden Lion first down. And that was Nicholas Woodfork, 5'10", 250 out of Pine Bluff, Dalloway.
Yeah, Nicholas, like I said, he's a true freshman out of Pine Bluff. He was an all-state performer and the first team all-Southeast Arkansas player for the Cardinals. And he's related to former UAPB quarterback Jonathan Moore.
So got some good bloodline there.
And Nicholas is a young deacon at Kings Highway Baptist Church here in Pine Bluff.
Okay. Nice little nugget there, Carl. That's why you get paid the big bucks for scoops like that. There on the first down carry, just about a yard there for Hanley, and it's going to make it 2nd down and 9. The ball about 1.5 yards shy of midfield for UAPB on their own side. 13-20 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. And Jackson State leading 14-7. This time Anderson kind of, now it's shotgun. Hanley just to the left of him. We got a 3-receiver set. And tight end in motion from right to left. That's Branch. Sprinting left is Anderson. Now looking back right. Got a man over the middle, and it is going to be Branch. Had to catch it behind him. A spectacular grab and kind of a back-to-back Pine Bluff plays from Dalloway. And now Watson Chapel with C.J. Branch. They're both about the same size. And Branch is a hoss now, and he made a great catch there for the first down at the 40.
Branch is a big one too, Tim. That's what I said, a big one. He's 6'2", 250 pounds. He's a redshirt junior out of Watson Chapel, and he was recruited 3 years ago out of Watson Chapel, 4 years ago as a quarterback, because he switched over to the tight end spot.
Shotgun snap. Hanley takes it. He goes nowhere. Hit by 3 Tigers right off the bat. No gain on the play.
The Golden Lions have tried to penetrate up front through the offensive line, but Jackson State has pretty much stuffed it out. The Golden Lions, they've had a lot of success on the outside, especially with being rolling out, and looking for the short passes.
Bring up 2nd down and 10 here.
Tim, this game between Jackson State and UAPB is, since the championship game, it's really turned into a rivalry.
Looking left, going up, making a nice catch, breaking a tackle, 35. And out of bounds at the 29 is Willie Young, known for his speed, but shows a little playmaking ability there with the run after catch, breaks a tackle, and picks up a big first down for the Golden Lions.
Willie Young, he had to sit out last season because of academic reasons, but the year off really didn't hurt him, brother, because he actually improved the mental capacity of his game. He has a better understanding of the playbook.
Movement up front there. That's Trevon Reagan, sophomore lineman, with the false start penalty. That's going to back him up 5.
Reagan is a sophomore that came in from Betty Fairfax High School there in Phoenix, Arizona. He came in as a redshirt freshman. He came in to replace Teron Armstead at that left tackle spot.
Big shoes to fill. Quick pass over the middle, tipped and almost intercepted. Almost caught, then almost intercepted. And again, it was C.J. Branch, the tight end. A little quick strike to him, and he had to reach back for it and almost pulled off another great catch, but it falls incomplete. Now you got second down and 15 coming up here for UAPB.
Well, Anthony Jones, who's the offensive coordinator, was a tight end himself by trade, but in this new pro-style offense, the goal lines are running. It features a lot more of the tight ends, and the tight ends are really getting a lot of passes thrown at them this season.
Shotgun coming up here, 4 receiver set, handling the lone back, pressure off the right edge, running left side at the 30 is Anderson up to about the 26 and knocked hard out of bounds. Right into the UAPB sideline there and picks up a few yards. There's a flag down back at the 35.
Like there's going to be a holding against the goal line. One of those offensive linemen held. Those are the kind of mistakes, Tim, that just really can, hurt your football team offensively, because you get something going offensively, build a little momentum, and then a hole pushes you back 10 or 15 yards, 10 yards back rather. Now you're faced with a second and 24.
Going up top, and the battle for it incomplete at the 8-yard line. He was
trying to go to Hawthorne.
Yeah, trying to hook up with Hawthorne, but overthrown a bit off his fingertips, and a couple of D-backs for Jackson State emerging there as well, but at least it wasn't underthrown. You make it where only your guy can get it. Took a shot at it, and Anderson missed. So now you're looking at 3rd and a country mile here, 3rd and 24. 10:35 to go before halftime. UAPB trailing 14-7.
This might be a time you want to look at the freshman Marvante King, who's at the top of your radio dial.
Shotgun snap, running to the right, throwing, man open, bobbling, and then Ferguson, or is that King?
Yeah.
That is King, who you just mentioned. He bobbled it, but he held on to it, and it's well shy of the first down. I mentioned it was 3rd and 24. He picked up about 10 or so on the catch, but now you're still looking at 4th and about 14 here. So the Golden Lions are going to punt it away, I believe.
We're going to try to go for a field goal.
They're going to bring on Strickland here at the last second. Nieheiser was out there. They switched the unit. Now the field goal team comes on. He missed from 51, but it had the distance, went off the upright. So now they're going to attempt it. This one from 50 off the right hash. You got 3 seconds. Got to hurry up and snap it. They just get it off, and it's blocked. It is blocked, and it's loose. Jackson State picks it up. They got a man in midfield up the right sideline, left sideline. He's gone. 20-15-10 house touchdown Jackson State. Man, oh yeah, man, Tim, you know Monty would love to have a do-over there.
Yeah. I thought the goal line should have called timeout because that play clock was ticking down, and
wow. It was blocked. That's 2 weeks in a row. And it looked like he was going to go out of bounds around midfield. And what a huge play for Jackson State, blocking the field goal and then scooping it and scoring about 50 yards later. And boy, he had a convoy set up there on the left sideline. And then he went untouched the final 25-30 yards there.
Well, Tim,
it backfires on the Golden Lions.
That field goal just looked ugly from the start.
Well, they were trying to rush.
Yeah.
Field goal unit only got there on the field with about 10 seconds on the play clock. And they just got the snap off with 1 second left, and it looked rushed. and it left a hole open, and Jackson State blocked the field goal. They scooped it up and scored a long touchdown after the block. And now the Golden Lions trail 21-7 with 9:28 to go. Here in the second quarter, the Golden Lions will receive the kickoff when we come back.
This is why you took a second job. Why you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. Why you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Welcome back to Golden Lions Stadium. 9:28 to go here in the second quarter before halftime. It's now 21-7, Jackson State up by 2 touchdowns. That's their largest lead of the game. And it comes off special teams. They block the field goal and scoop it up and take it to the house. Here's the kickoff to Mitchell, breaks a tackle, and then he's taken down by the second wave of JSU special teamers at the 24, maybe the 25. And with 9:21 to go here, the Golden Lions will take over. But back to that field goal, it just seemed like it was rushed. Nieheiser and the punt team was on the field. And that's one of those Coach Coleman will be second-guessed about. Yeah. Maybe should have called a timeout or something there. But the field goal unit didn't get out on the field until about 10 seconds left. And then they just snapped it with 1 second left. And it seemed rushed from the beginning. And it was blocked and then taken back for a touchdown. Hard running here. Hanley breaks free at the 30, 35, up over the 40 to the 43-yard line. And a gain of about 18 yards and a big first down run for Brian Hanley.
Well, Brian Hanley, like I said, he's been a pleasant surprise out of Monticello. You know, he's 5'9", a 200-pound junior.
So Hanley making it happen on the first down carry. Broke a tackle, and a nice spin move, and got to the next level there. He'll take it again. Another nice cut midfield. Breaks another tackle, hard running to the JSU 45, and 12 more yards for Hanley and a first down. So the Golden Lions getting something going here with the running game by Brian Hanley. And he's moved into that #1 spot on the depth chart the last 2 games, and you can see why.
I'll tell you what, David Adams out of Pine Bluff, big guy, 6'3", 300 pounds, made a huge pancake block there that opened up a hole for Hanley. Another false start. Those are the kind of things that you instead of you being 1st and 10, you're 1st and 15. You know, it's just those.
Oh yeah, the penalties are really biting the Golden Lions right now, to say the least. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now. Ball right at midfield. Delayed handoff to Hanley. Another nice cut. Hard running. Bounces off a JSU defender at the 43-yard line and picks up about 7 more, but he's shifty. He made a couple of nice cuts here on this drive.
He's a very gifted athlete, Tim. And
another Southeast Arkansas player here on this team, making an impact at a Monticello.
Yeah, he's an outstanding player for the Billies of Monticello High School.
Shotgun snap here for Anderson. Rolls out of the pocket, throws a nice catch by Willie Young on the sideline, and enough for a Golden Lion first down. So he was able to stay in bounds, had a man all over him, and talking a little trash. And the JSU defensive back, Javancy Jones, or the linebacker rather, giving him the old Matumbo finger wave there.
Yeah, you're right about that. Jones is a sophomore out of Macon, Mississippi.
And the Golden Lions, so far, this is their best looking offensive drive. This could be a big score if they could go in and punch one in here with 7:24 left before halftime, and it'd be nice to get it down to 7 here before half. after giving up that block punt return for a touchdown. Makes you feel a little bit better about that situation. Hand off, cut back, and then stacked up at the 30-yard line.
LeGrone.
Aaron LeGrone in for the first time. And he'll be spelled by Michael Wilson now, the senior fullback from Earl, Arkansas.
Well, Tim, you know, you talked about a touchdown would be ideal, but even if the Golden Lions can come out of this possession here with a field goal, it gives you offense. It gives you a little more offensive comfort. I can't get the word out to him. You're a little more confident on your offense.
Absolutely. Thrown behind him, it looked like the defensive back may have hit him before he caught it. As it falls incomplete, looking for Hawthorne there on the right side, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
But confidence is one of the things Golden Lions need on offense, because so far, with the exception of the Ben Anderson quarterback run for a touchdown, the Golden Lions really haven't been able to muster up any kind of offense. So any kind of score,
yes, no doubt about it,
would definitely help the Golden Lions.
Faced with a 3rd and 9 now at the JSU 30. Anderson may be audibling here. Checked something off the line of scrimmage, and then the play clock ran out on him, and he called a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Copeland got a timeout just in time.
Just in time. He takes his cap off, almost like Steve Spurrier throwing down his visor over there. As he's frustrated with something there, and I don't know if maybe with Ben's decision of changing the play with the play clock running down or what it was, but trying to still find some continuity and some consistency offensively are the Golden Lions. But it's a big 3rd down right here. If you can keep this drive going, you're a little, I don't know, a little skeptical to bring that field goal unit back out here, as they missed a long one off the upright. And then the next one was blocked and returned for a touchdown. You're a little gun shy right now with the long field goals.
Well, go back to the last field goal team. I just don't think that the field goal unit had enough time. And right now you're looking at, if the Golden Lions didn't pick up any more yardage, you're looking at about a field goal of about 48 to 50 yards.
Third down and 9 from the JSU 30. 6:31 to play, second quarter. 21-7. Jackson State with a 2-touchdown lead. Shotgun snap here for Anderson. Looks left, throws, got a man wide open, stays on his feet, or did he? He went down with his hand, it looked like. But if your hand goes down, you're not down. It's got to be an elbow, your knee, or your rear end. But I don't know if he went down with one of those 3, but they call him down at the 23-yard line, 24, 2 yards shy of the first down. If he didn't go to the ground, he would have had the first down. I don't know if we could get another look at that or not, but I thought he just planted down with his hand to stay up on his feet, but apparently not. So here we go, another field goal. This one's going to be from 41 yards out, a little bit shorter than the other 2. Tried from 51 and 50, missed it, and then blocked, and then here's another one. Kicks definitely long enough, and it is good. He just got it through that upright there, and the Golden Lions, 3rd time's the charm, and at least they get some points out of this. So we'll take a timeout here with 5:41 to go, second quarter, and the 41-yard field goal by Tyler Strickland makes it 21-10 now.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a friend home safe.
And to not blame the victim.
It's on us.
To look out for each other.
To
not look the other way.
It's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
It's on us, all of us,
to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Tim Stubbs, Carl Wimper back inside of Golden Lions Stadium here with 5:41 to play here in the first half. 21-10, Jackson State with the lead after Tyler Strickland just made a 41-yard field goal. And a good kickoff, and he just got it in the left pylon there with about a yard to spare for the touchback. If it would have been on the playing side of the pylon, they would have got it at the 35. Instead, they get it at the 25.
Well, what Tyler was trying to do, he was trying to, you didn't want to punt the football deep because Jackson State has an outstanding kick return squad. But he wanted to just kind of punt as a line drive punt down the field, and you're right. He was just inches away from
costing him 10 yards.
Yeah,
So Ivy and Jackson State will take over at their own 25, leading 21-10, 5:41 to play, first half. Handoff to Sims, straight ahead, bangs his way to the 30 before being stopped by a host of Golden Lions, and like DeMarcus Berry was in there for the stop, but not before a gain of 6. Now taking the handoff, trying to bounce it outside, and gets to about the 34-yard line, maybe a little bit shy of the first down.
Antonio Jenkins there with the stop, and
it's
just shy of the first down, brings up 3rd down and 1 for the Tigers.
Jarlis Moore was the running back. Now their big back Sims is in there. Quarterback sneak by Ivy, and it appears he may have just enough for a first down here. It was 3rd and a yard. And it is enough for a Jackson State first down with 4:40 and counting here in the second quarter. Jackson State leading 21-10. Now they have it 1st and 10 at their own 35. Ivy, the handoff to Moore straight ahead, and Moore smashes his way up to the 41-yard line. A host of Golden Lions emerge on him there. Willie Duncan III in the heart of that conglomerate of tackling there.
Yeah, I tell you what, that Jackson State offensive line team is huge. It's anchored by that left guard, Marcus Cook.
Moore trying to get to the edge. Nice play by Jenkins. A flag comes in here right at the point of the tackle. And maybe a face mask here. Some of the Golden Lion fans cheering there in their box seats on the sideline. You probably recognized a couple of those faces, Carl.
Yep, sure did. But Tim, this is our time of year. You know, we kind of like in the early stages of football, but you kind of getting down to the postseason baseball play.
Trying to dump off the screen here, and the Golden Lions blow it up. Nice play by Andre Mitchell, I believe, or was that David? That was Mitchell. Mitchell makes a great play, and it looked like
it's 4th down. I mean,
yeah, 4th and about 8 coming up here, but Jackson State's going to have to punt it away. The Golden Lion defense does a nice job holding JSU there, forcing them to punt. And Mitchell, who made the big play, now stands back deep as the return man.
And deep forward, Golden Lions, number 31, Andre Mitchell.
I think Golden Lions only have 10 players on the field. Yeah, there's only 10 players at this for the Golden Lions.
Darcy Williamson is the punter. Flag is down. Gets off pretty decent punt. Angled to the right side and gets a great JSU roll inside the 10 all the way down to the 2-yard line. My goodness, that thing rolled about 20 yards as he angled it far right, but there was a flag down
Tim,
right as they kicked it.
I counted 10 players on the field for the Golden Lions. But I believe this penalty is going to go against Jackson State.
Make them re-kick it if it is, because they got a heck of a kick there and pinned UAPB back at the 2. Illegal formation, so I'm sure Monty Coleman's going to have him re-kick it here. And he will. That was a no-brainer there for sure. That was an easy one for Monty to decide on that one. After that punt rolled all the way down to the 2-yard line, you don't want to take over. Needing to go 98 yards, although the Golden Lions were faced with that with about 2:43 left in the fourth quarter, down 7 in the SWAC championship game. Of course, the heroic touchdown from Ben Anderson to Willie Young goes down in UAPB lore. So they'll re-kick it. Williamson will punt it away here and back deep, almost blocking it. Short kick here, so this is going to pay off, and it takes a PGA Tour type spin back as it kicked backwards. And the Golden Lions will get good field position here instead of having it at their own 2-yard line. That ball chucked up there and went backwards at the 45. So you're talking about 43 yards, and those are things that don't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
That's almost like a 43-yard penalty there.
It really is, and I know that's even for Harold Jackson and the Jackson State coaches. You know, that right there drives you up a wall.
Sure. Instead of needing to go 98 yards for a touchdown, you know, now you're just need to go 55 yards.
Yeah.
That's a big, big difference. So that pays off for the Golden Lions there. They get a break on the penalty and take advantage of it. Let's see. Pump fake. Anderson all day to throw it. Now he'll check down to his receiver, Hawthorne, makes a little cut and steps out of bounds at the 50, picks up 5 yards, but Ben having all day there, good coverage downfield, and shows his maturity and checks down to Hawthorne and picks up 5 and live to see another day.
Yeah, Anderson wanted to go to Vante King, but he was really covered there by the corner there, Robert Porter.
And gets out of bounds even though the clock rolls. But that's the reason they blew the play dead, because he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out the whole clock deal. Handoff. Hanley breaks the tackle. 45-40 down to the 38-yard line. And a Golden Lion first down as Brian Henley rips off 12 more, and he's having a great first half.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know, UAPB only has one timeout left with 1 minute and 59 seconds to go.
But they're sitting good right here. Still got plenty of time. Clock rolls at 1:50. 21-10, Jackson State with a lead. UAPB driving here at the Jackson State 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Anderson takes his time, play clock down to 12. Bringing some heat off the edge. Now rolling left, throwing, and dropped. I don't know, he may have been out of bounds anyway.
I tell you what, Jackson State was coming with a delayed blitz. I tell you.
Right off the edge on that left or right side there.
Yeah, that corner, Antonio Sutton. He's a junior out of Miami-Jackson High School there in Miami, Florida. But he was coming off on the edge on the delayed
David
blitz.
Williams out of Pine Bluff High School. He was having a block 2 over there on the edge, I believe.
David Adams.
Yeah, he did a nice job. Yeah, Adams did a great job there picking up that blitz. Quick pass play, makes a move down to the 29-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, loses his shoe there. That was Marvante King. Now brings up 3rd and short here. Clock at 1:13 and counting.
Brings up 3rd down and short.
The Golden Lions going to go with the 2 tight end package.
Now they'll use a timeout here and talk about it. 1:07 to go before halftime.
Jackson State called the timeout.
Okay. So Jackson State burns a timeout here with 1:07 to go before halftime. 21-10's the lead. Jackson State on top. The Golden Lions are driving here, showing life here before halftime. Taking advantage of that re-punt, if you will, a moment ago.
Tim, one of the fastest growing programs at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff is the STEM Academy, which is a research and educational program funded by the National Science Foundation. STEM is designed to help increase the number of minorities majoring in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. For more information about the STEM Academy, contact Ms. Taylor at 870-575-7112. Tim, when you're leaving, driving down LA Express Drive, kind of like in the middle of the campus, that new $10 million STEM Academy building is very impressive.
Oh, yeah, it is. Beautiful, to say the least.
Yeah, we're scheduled moving in here just in a few weeks.
2 men moving on the right side here at the last second. Made quarterback keeper here. Anderson doesn't get much they stack him up, it's going to be very close to a first down. And it's going to maybe come into a measurement here as well. There was not much give up over the nose guard center area.
Yeah, goal lines, they went with a 2 tight end package. This is the old right foot, left foot measurement. First down.
So he got maybe by the last grain of leather on the football, he got the first down, but that's all that matters. So that'll move the chains, looking at 55 seconds and counting. For our radio listeners, you'll have live M4 halftime performance, so stay tuned for that. Of course, our TV viewers will see that as well. Pump fake, Anderson going up top. Willie Young, caught, touchdown, yes sir, Golden Lions. Willie Young hauls in the touchdown, but there's a flag down.
I believe it's going to be defensive pass interference.
Let's hope so. With 37 seconds left, Anderson connects, and then there's a penalty back here where Anderson is, and he's hobbling off the field. This could be a late hit. And I believe it's going to count as the Golden Lions celebrating on the sideline. I see Caleb Alcela was high-fiving over there, but let's hope Ben's okay as he took a little shot there at the tail end of that play, and they may tack this on the kickoff. Take another look here. Roger Robinson with a great shot on the sideline, and look at Willie Young climb the ladder and hauls in the jump ball for a touchdown. Thank you very much. And that's just what the doctor ordered for the Golden Lions as a personal foul, late hit. And the Golden Lions touchdown stands, and the Golden Lions now, Carl, with 10 unanswered here. And it makes it 21-16 with the extra point coming up.
Ben took a vicious hit, Tim, from the Jackson State defender.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay. And I think they should assess that on the kickoff.
They will.
That's what Monty was talking over with the head referee to make sure that they get those yards. But they declined the defensive holding penalty, and they'll assess the personal foul penalty on the kickoff. Here's the extra point by Strickland, and he bangs it through and makes it 21-17 now. The Golden Lions showing some fight here after trailing 21-7. Now making it 21-17. We'll step aside as Willie Young hauls in the touchdown pass from Ben Anderson. One more look at it as we go to break. Golden Lions coming back here at home against Jackson State.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Here's Strickland's kickoff as we resume play here. It's going to be returnable, however, from the 2-yard line. Antonio Sutton, now he goes backwards with it, but a nice cut at the 15, then slides down safely into second base at the 15. And he thought he had a little daylight and then said, hold up, wait a minute, let's just go down here. So they'll take over at the 15-yard line with 29 seconds left.
Well, Tim, if I'm Jackson State, I'll probably take a kneel down and.
Yeah, that looks like that's what they're going to do here and take the lead into halftime. But you take away the blocked field goal for a touchdown, you know, the Golden Lions would have the lead here going into halftime. So
sure would.
It's kind of been a roller coaster first half, but still a lot of positives going to the locker room for Monty Coleman and his ball club as we are at halftime. 21-17, Jackson State with the lead over UAPB, with the Golden Lions right back in it with 10 unanswered in the second quarter, and some positives going into halftime. We'll have the M4 halftime show coming up for you in just a couple of minutes.
All in together now, we can make it better now. Come on, can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. We rope it up, 'cause we know Everybody jump. We'll roll it out. Roll it out. We know how to skate. We'll cut it down. Cut it down. We know what to eat. We'll swap it out. We eat healthy stuff. Can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. Can we do it?
Just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier. Search We Can to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day.
Marching band fast, all right, do me a favor and let me hear you roar. With a love, the magnificent, action musical machine of the the band will open up with night. The band will kick off tonight's show in a series of precision movements to act as Assistant band director, Gerald Evans, Harold Fuster, Jerome Hudson, and James Hook. I am your announcer, Clarence Stokes, and entertaining you has been our pleasure. Thank you and have a good evening.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark.
That was awesome! Let's go again.
3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
Welcome back here inside of Golden Lion Stadium, moments away from the second half. As we wrap up halftime, Tim Stubbs along with Carl Wimper, and it's 21-17 as we start the third quarter of play here in Golden Lion Stadium. Fully under the lights now here on campus. And Carl, a couple things jump out at you here in the first half here on the stat sheet. Brian Hanley, 10 carries, 56 yards. Looked pretty good, almost 6 yards a carry. Ben Anderson, 14 of 21 in the air for 128 and a touchdown. No picks. He was sacked 3 times, however. But take away a couple of plays on the block punt, block field goal, rather, that was returned for a touchdown for Jackson State. And then this field goal off the upright, Gold Lions could have the lead here as the Strickland kicks it deep. And taken at the 5, up over the 15, the 20. Nice cut, still on his feet. And getting him from behind is the Golden Lion special teamer. Making a play that time. Number 47, Lawrence Mosley, comes up with a nice tackle, but not before a nice return for Jackson State to start the second half up to the 37. And that's how we start. 21-17, Jackson State with the lead as we are underway here in the second half. But Carl, your impressions of the first half?
Well, UAPB is completed. I wouldn't say completely, but UAPB has dominated the first half. And, you know, in terms of time of possession, UAPB had the football 22 minutes and 23 seconds versus the 7 minutes and 37 seconds for Jackson State.
Play action, rolling back to the other side. He's got his tight end set up for a first down to the 49 of UAPB. And a nice little fake there by Ivy, the quarterback, and he hooked up number 48, Dylan Douglas, his redshirt senior tight end from Louisiana.
Well, Tim, you know, with the exception of the long pass, the 60-yard pass that Daniel Williams caught for Jackson State for the touchdown, Jackson State really only had 143 yards total offense in the first half.
Sims, the lone back, takes the delayed handoff, got room, cuts back into the second level of the defense up to the 41. He picked up about 8 yards on the carry. And bring up second down and short here for the Tigers of Jackson State. And the Jackson State band did not, the Sonic Boom, I believe.
Yes, that's right.
Did not come on this trip. I was talking to Sports Information Director, and he was telling me there, for financial reasons, here's the pass play coming up. Here's a flag down right in the area of holding. The pass is complete for a first down, a gain of about 3. Yeah. The pass was caught by the same man who had the touchdown, Daniel Williams, but this is going to be a hold here.
Yeah, Blake McCall, the big left tackle there for Jackson State, 6'3", 285 pounds, sophomore out of Central Florida, got called for the holding.
Going back to what I was saying, in case the fans were wondering why the Sonic Boom, the Jackson State marching band, did not come on this trip, and you would have thought this would be one of the shorter trips actually in the SWAC geographically, but they only have, for financial reasons, and UAPB certainly understands how that works, but you have to make some cutbacks sometimes, and they are only allowed 2 more trips. And it's going to be an offsides there on UAPB unless he was drawn offsides, but busting free was Jarrell Wright, rather. And going to be offsides encroachment, so that'll Make it 2nd down and about 8 coming up here.
You're right. He's a transfer from Los Angeles Harbor College there. He's massive too, 6'3", 315 pounds. He has lots of talent also, but I'm sure that didn't make the defensive line, Coach Curry, pretty happy.
Not at all. Designed quarterback keeper straight ahead, running room, 1st down over the 40. Ivy knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line, and a gain of about 15 there on the designed quarterback keeper, and Ivy picks up a JSU 1st down.
Yeah, Ivy's a big quarterback, 6'3", 220 pounds. He went to East St. Louis High School there in East St. Louis, Illinois.
And then you got 225-pound back Sims. Sims, they'll fake it to him, and then they'll dump it off to their flanker and get up to about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. They'll spot him down. That was Jarius Mole, 5'9", 180 junior.
I'll tell you what, Tim, when Jackson State is running, they like to run to the left because that left tackle, J.Dale Roy, you know, he's a big one. 6'6", 335 pounds, a senior out of Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Handoff goes to Sims. Sims with a stiff arm and gets to the edge there to about the 15 and picks up the 1st down for the Tigers. Man is down for the goal line, slow to get up.
Jackson State Tigers is slow to get up also.
DeMarcus Berry for UAPB was slow to get up. Jared Turner was the man who got stiff-armed, but he was able to get enough of Sims to pick up the tackle. And looks like that's Mole, who's slow to get up the receiver. Looking at the quarterback Ivy on our TV monitor here, he is a big boy.
Yeah.
And from way up here, you know, you don't get a perspective of it when you see it on our monitor here. You can really see he's got them big running back legs. And you can see why he picked up 15 a minute ago on that quarterback keeper. So Jackson State will resume here with a 1st and 10 at the Golden Lion 15 and driving here on the opening possession of the 2nd half. Handoff and trying to cut it to the left side, but then stacked up for basically no gain was Sims, that Golden Lion front. And Jenkins and Duncan and a host of Golden Lions that time were able to converge on the tackle.
Well, for UAPB, Tim, you got to try to keep Jackson State out of the end zone and try to just limit them to a field goal attempt, because the Golden Lions had some momentum going to halftime with that last touchdown score.
This time with 2 backs in the backfield, they'll fake the handoff to Sims and give it to their 2nd option there. That was Jarius Moore, and Moore gets hit as well for maybe basically no gain again. So that defensive front for UAPB doing a nice job against the run here, getting a little stingy here in the red zone.
Big 3rd down play here.
Yep, 3rd down and 10. 21-17, Jackson State with the lead. 1st possession of the 2nd half, 10:54 and counting.
Because you want to keep this to a 1-score game. It's a 1-possession game.
Exactly right. Shotgun snap, bringing some heat, throwing into the end zone, jump ball incomplete, overthrown. He was looking for his favorite target, Daniel Williams, but the Golden Lion secondary was up for the challenge. I believe that was Rucker Jr. and Mitchell who were converging on the pass, and it was overthrown a bit anyway.
Well, you know, Mitchell, Andre, he's only 5'9", and then, of course, Daniel Williams, 6'3", is a big target.
It's going to be a 32-yard attempt from the left hash for Darcy Williamson. Check that, Ryan Diesling. Diesling's kick. And he finesses it right through the uprights for the field goal. 10:31 to go here. Early 3rd quarter. We'll step aside. as Diesling's field goal makes it 24-17. Jackson State up by a touchdown, but the Golden Lions are right in the heart of this one. They'll receive the kickoff when we come back.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Here's the kickoff. Taken from the 5-yard line. King cut back at the 20, and he'll be corralled there at about the 24-yard line. So the Golden Lions will take over at their own 24. 10:23 to play here in the third quarter. Trailing by a touchdown, 24-17 to Jackson State. Ben Anderson and company trot back on the field as they go on their attack now. Let's see if some of that momentum from the second quarter will carry over for this Golden Lion offense. Scoring on back-to-back possessions, maybe for the first time this season. Handoff to Hanley, and he's handled this time for no gain, as Brian Hanley had 56 yards on 10 carries, almost 6 yards a pop in the first half. That time, no gain on the play.
Yeah, Adrian McCray, I tell you, that outside linebacker, 6'2", 240 pounds, good, tremendous speed. He really made a tackle, just stopped him, really caught him almost in the backfield.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Lions.
Well, a quick snap, you can really catch. UAPB's offense was set, and the officials didn't put the ball in play.
Takes the snap here, Anderson. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's got some running room. Shakes free, still on his feet. 35, flag down. Slides down, or he gets hit from behind, and at the 37. Would have been enough for a first down as he picked up about 14 on the quarterback scramble, but a flag down at about the 33.
Go against. Go against. It's blocking it back by Hawthorne.
How about time of possession in the first half for UAPB? 22 minutes to almost 8 minutes for Jackson State. My goodness.
Yeah, UAPB had 229 total yards versus 143 for Jackson State. With the exception of that first quarter, the Golden Lions really kind of shut down Jackson State.
Yeah, it's the Golden Lions' 6th penalty of the game. They had 5 in the first half, so that's still an area that I know Coach Monty Coleman wants to clean up, and that cost him a 14-yard run and a first down by Anderson. So now it's 2nd down and 11. And they'll spot the ball back at about the 23. So big penalty there. Spread them out here with 4 receivers, throwing it to Hawthorne, but it was thrown behind him as he had to slide. And Ben's been off a little bit on his passing this year, early in the season.
Yeah, he has.
He progressed so much from his freshman year, his sophomore year, of course, winning the SWAC championship his junior year. He had one of the best seasons ever as a UAPB quarterback in the history of the school. But he's, like you said, 3rd offensive coordinator for him here in his 4 years, and he's just been off a tick there on his timing on his passes. Pump fake. This one he puts in on the money, however, and a great catch up the left sideline by Willie Young. And boy, he laid that one in there with the lightest touch.
I tell you, Willie Young just has a lot of talent, Tim. 6'1", 180 pounds, a redshirt sophomore. And he's out of Miller McCoy Academy. It's an all-male 3A high school there in New Orleans. He's the kind of kid that in high school he played cornerback, safety, and wide receiver. Has a lots of talent.
Well, Willie's over playing a little head, shoulders, knees, and toes over there as he's wiping the cobwebs out. He got blasted on the sideline and held on to it. And I wonder if Ben Anderson, maybe he's getting a radio or TV feed in his headset, and he heard me talking about him, and boy, he put one right on the money. Now he'll take the Quarterback keeper straight ahead and darts his way up for 11 and a first down.
There's a mix-up in the backfield, though. It's
broken play, and that's what Ben can do, though. And he will take lemons and make lemonade. That's what he did right there.
I tell you, I know Jackson State is tired of seeing Ben Anderson because this is the third straight season the Tigers have faced Ben Anderson. They probably saying, "My goodness, when is he going to finish?"
Well, you just saw Anderson to Young a minute ago, and I'm sure they don't like that combination. Fakes the handoff, and Anderson keeps it for a couple of yards off the left side. Brings up second down and 8 at the JSU 37. 7:50 and counting. Third quarter, 24-17. Jackson State up by a touchdown. UAPB driving here, though, and showing more consistency. This is their third straight drive dating back to the second quarter where they've been driving the ball very nicely. Drop back, pass, some time. Now it breaks down. Look out, he's dangerous. 30 slides forward to the first down area at the 29. Gain of about 8. And he got just enough for the first down, and Ben becomes very dangerous.
I tell you what, Tim, his growth has been tremendous since he came out of Parkview Magdalen High School there in Little Rock, 4 years ago, and without a doubt, I think, and I'm just maybe being prejudiced, I think he's perhaps the best quarterback in the conference.
No, I'm with you on that. Takes the shotgun snap here, hands it off, and it's Hanley trying to get to the edge, and he lowers his shoulder pads and gets low and picks up about 5, maybe 6. Bring up second down and about 3 here.
It's a good-looking drive by the goal line.
It really is.
A drive that's engineered by Ben Anderson with his legs and with his arm. You go back to the pass to Willie Young. That was I mean, he just dropped it right on a rope. Just dropped it in Willie Young's lap.
Yeah. Young made a nice catch with the defensive back set to blow him up. Pump fake, trying to get outside of it and throws it away, and luckily he wasn't past the line of scrimmage when he threw that. He was trying to get rid of it. Almost went too far, but he was behind the line of scrimmage. So third down and a long 3 coming up here. And a big play.
Yeah, really big play.
Going to bring in Michael Wilson, their power back. Give you some different options here. And a better blocker out of the backfield. Jackson State wants to talk things over with a timeout. Give me a chance to read our sponsors here for a moment. Our sponsors for the 2014 football season. And sponsored in part by the Little Steakhouse, Arkansas Lottery, Simmons First Bank, MK Distributors, Trotter Ford, Reliance Bank, Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Jefferson Regional Medical Center, 50 for the Future, and Sissy's Log Cabin, our proud sponsors for the 2014 UAPB football season.
Tim, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff offers the world's only undergraduate regulatory science degree program which prepares students for entry-level employment in 4 of the United States Department of Agriculture regulatory agencies: the Agriculture Marketing Services, the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Services, the Food and Safety Inspection Services, and the Federal Grain Inspection Services. You know, UAPB has 33 bachelor's degree programs, about 8 master's degree programs, and 1 PhD program in fisheries biology, aquaculture, fisheries. So I always tell students, become a part of the prize. Join us at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Very impressive.
Have you seen the new buses?
Oh yeah, they're very nice.
They're very nice, yeah.
Very nice.
They're parked now up on the parking lot at Watson Boulevard for Watson Boulevard. But
okay.
They are very impressive.
Shotgun snap, quarterback keeper the 20, bounces off a would-be tackler down to the 15, and a gain of 8, another golden line first down for Ben Anderson. And they've got a little something working here.
Well, you have to credit the offensive line too, Tim. Those guys are firing off the football and opening up gaping holes for Ben and the other running backs to get through.
Shotgun snap. Got a little whistle here and stoppage in play. And they're telling the band there was a
delay of game warning on the banner.
We've seen bands for both teams play, not in this particular game, but a lot longer and louder during the play than that. Here's Anderson, pump fake, got some time. He's going over the middle and dropped. There was a hit at about the 7. That was Brandon Smith who broke it up, but a ball that should have been caught. And that was Hawthorne, and I believe, yes, and he normally catches that.
You're right about that. He has good hands, but yeah, Ben had a crease inside too. There was some real estate in front of him. I thought he was going to use his legs that time to pick up some yardage, but he chose to try to hit Hawthorne on a slant pattern.
Would have been close to a first down. Instead, second down and 10, another design, quarterback keeper. There's some room, diving for the first down, but they're going to say he's down at about the 8. And again, Ben finding some creases in the middle of that Jackson State defense there, Carl, and another positive 7 yards there for Anderson.
So you got about third down and about 3. A long 2.
Yep, a big play.
Are you in four down territory, Tim?
I'd say yes, but still early in the game, though. Shotgun snap here, big third down. They're bringing some heat. Handoff, it doesn't matter. First down and almost a touchdown as they give it to the 4th bus. And that is Michael Wilson blasting forward for a gain of about 6. First down and goal for UAPB now at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Wilson's a big back, 5'10", 225 pounds, a redshirt senior. He's been around for a while, but you know, back in high school, Tim, over at Earl High School, he led his team to the 2A state championship his senior year.
First and goal from the 3. Golden Lions banging on the door. Handoff again. This time Wilson, hard yardage inside the 2, and be second down and goal from there.
Yeah, as a senior, Tim, Michael Wilson rushed for over 1,500 yards and scored 24 touchdowns.
Earl Bulldog.
Yeah. He's a songwriter. He loves recording rap songs. I listened to a few of them too, Tim. He's
not bad.
Yeah, not bad. He's pretty good. He's pretty doggone good. He's a recreation major. Scheduled to graduate in May.
Let's see if he can wrap his way into the end zone right here. As he dots the I, he'll get the call. And this time, no go. He's tripped up in the backfield, and a nice play that time by Kwame Bowens, a small 6', 220 linebacker of Lithonia, Georgia, but he darted in there and made a nice play and a loss of 2. So third and goal from the 4 now. You may see Ben call his own number here and make a little shake and bake, see if he can make something happen, maybe a rollout, find some space and just kind of let him do his thing here. We'll see if they're going to spread him out, and this may be Ben Anderson time. It's a big play here. Third and goal from the 4. Golden Lions need 6.
Jackson State has 12 players on the field.
Going to throw it, slant, touchdown. Yes, sir. Golden Lions with the score. Arvante King on the slant. Right side of the field, went inside. Anderson puts it on the money. King hauls it in for 6.
I tell you, King, 5'10", 175 pounds, a redshirt freshman. Like I say, he's a speed sider. He went to Clyde Miller Academy there in St. Louis, and he's a very skilled receiver.
A good shot down there by Roger in the back of the end zone for that touchdown for our TV viewers, as Strickland knocks in the PAT. And folks, we got a new ball game. The Golden Lions were down by 2 touchdowns in the first half, but with 3:15 to play here in the third quarter, we are all tied at 24. UAPB and Jackson State to kick off when we come back.
You make me wear my bike helmet. You taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Strickland's kickoff going to be taken from the 5, running room, 20. It's a seam and taken down finally over the 35 up to about the 37. But a nice run back of about 32 yards there by Tobias Singleton.
Well, you know, Jackson State's really, Tim, they've had just about the majority of their possessions, they've had good field position.
Ross Moore, freshman from Memphis, on the stop there on special teams. So Ivy and the Tigers back out there as we're all tied up at 24 now. UAPB Jackson State play action here. Ivy, he's got a man wide open. It's his running back Moore. And a good open field tackle in space, gain of about 7. It could have been a whole lot more. Jared Turner, who's at Rucker. Rucker came up, made a nice play, and he's limping a bit. But it could have been a much bigger play. But Rucker made the one-on-one tackle out in space. Bring up second down, a long 2 here for Jackson State at their own 45. Play action. Look out, and sacked, I believe. He's still on his feet. You're going to need help. This is a big quarterback. But nevertheless, coming up with the big sack, trying to get his number there. That was 53 for the Golden Lions. That's John Trail Lockett.
Yeah, Lockett,
Jr. out of New Orleans comes up.
He's a redshirt junior, and tell you what, he has a brother who once played with the Washington Redskins. He's come from a very talented family, but he's only about 6 feet tall, but he's got some speed coming off the edges there.
Yeah, loss of 8 on the quarterback sack. And he needed a little help. Boy, I'm telling you, that's a big 230-pound quarterback. He's hoss to bring down here on 3rd and 8. Pass complete, but it's going to be short of the first down. And going to bring up 4th down and about 4. Gain of 6 on the reception. Devin Fosselman on the catch, but the Golden Lion defense getting a 3 and out. And after trailing 21-7, it's now 24 all. And right now the momentum is on UAPB's side.
Most definitely. That was perhaps the best defensive stand of the night for the Golden Lions.
They're bringing some heat here. Williamson gets it off. Fair catch called at the 16-yard line by Mitchell. And the Golden Lions to take over there with momentum on their side and showing some consistency. They've scored on 3 straight drives dating back to the second quarter. And that's the first time all season they've done that. And let's see if they can keep this rhythm going here and ride this momentum on out as they've come back to tie it up with 1 minute left here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Tim, you know, new offensive coordinator Anthony Jones, like I say, he installed a new offense in the spring. You know, and it's just taking a while for this offense to gel, but you can see signs of life and signs of improvement. And you know, about mid-season, I think this football team will be clicking on all cylinders.
Anderson fakes the handoff, going up top. Almost a one-handed catch, but it's batted in the air and intercepted. Oh my goodness. Hawthorne almost made a one-handed grab and it hit the helmet of a Jackson State cornerback and went right up in the air almost like a punt. Take another look at it here. And went actually off either the right shoulder pad or the hand of Antonio Sutton, the cornerback rather. And then it popped straight up in the air, and it was an easy interception by Ryan Griffin. But he went to a knee after he caught it. But that is a bad break right there as we take another look at it. Hawthorne almost hauled in the one-handed grab, and when he came down with it with his right arm, it hits Sutton, the cornerback, and it popped straight in the air.
Yeah, something about those tip balls.
What a bizarre play. Now Sims, he blasts his way for 7 right in the heart of that UAPB defense.
You know, Tim, Joel Porcher is the receiver. He really limped out, and he's like he's under a lot of pain on the sidelines.
24 seconds of counting. Could have just one more play here in the 3rd quarter. Pistol formation here. Faking the handoff. Now Ivy will keep it, trying to get to the edge. Flag is down. Boy, he is hoss to bring down, man.
That's going to be a holding penalty against Jackson State.
So that'll help with just 1 second left here. We'll have one more play. But Ivy, I mean, it just takes this gang tackling is the only way to get this guy down.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Tim, the tip, there's a holding call on Jackson State, but the tip ball is just a situation that it just kind of kills you because the defense had just stopped Jackson State 3 and out. They were off on, and then the first play.
And goes as interception for Ben Anderson, but it was really just a bizarre bad luck type of play, and Hawthorne almost made an outstanding catch. If the defender Sutton's not right there underneath him as he brings it down, he would have made a one-handed catch. Instead, it popped off his shoulder pads, and now that will end the third quarter of play. So we head to the fourth and final quarter of action. The Golden Lions have battled back here at Golden Lions Stadium to tie it up against Jackson State 24-all as we head to the fourth quarter.
The odds of becoming a successful NASCAR driver, 1 in 125 billion. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
In the elevator exit next to the main entrance at Golden Lions Stadium. Once again, turn to the steakhouse.
Back inside of Golden Lions Stadium as that Golden Lion mascot. You must be listening to some of that Michael Williams or Michael Wilson's rap music. We'll see if the Golden Lions can make it happen here in the fourth quarter as we start the fourth quarter of play. A quick pass play and caught by Singleton of Jackson State for a short gain. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 for JSU as we are tied at 24. Just starting the fourth quarter, a 3rd and 9 for Jackson State at the UAPB 43. Golden Lions showing blitz, but a hard count may have got them to jump off sides. And it looked like it was Jenkins showing blitz, but again, and they're going to...
Or Gerald Wright.
Yeah, they're going to pull him out of the game. Now it makes it 3rd down and about 4. You got to watch Ivy right here. 4 yards because he's basically a fullback, running back as a quarterback. 4 yards for him. If he just gains a couple, he can wrestle his way for the final 2.
It's a big difference, Tim, in 3rd and 9 versus 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw it, and here he goes. Wide open over the middle. He's going to run it. And he'll pick up the first down easily at the 25-yard line of UAPB, and you can just see that coming, and that's taking a page out of Ben Anderson's book.
Yeah.
Spread them out, boy, and it just opens up so many holes over the middle. Doing what the defense gives you is what he took right there, and picks up a first down for Jackson State. As we go back and forth here, both teams trying to seize control of the game. Right now it's anybody's ball game. Handoff bouncing it outside, and a nice open field tackle in space by Rucker Jr.
Very good.
Makes a great play there for a gain of just 1, but Rucker came in and made a nice play in space.
Yeah, Kevin Rucker's from one of my favorite towns there in Oklahoma. He's from Attleboro.
Attaboy, Attleboro.
He went to Attleboro High School there. He's a smart kid, though. It's early in his career with the Golden Lions. He was a key special teams performer. He earned his way into the starting lineup last season.
Pump fake, open room over here. Trying to get a block. Rucker upends Ivy, but not before he picks up about 8 yards. And boy, it was almost a hold there by the receiver Singleton. But Rucker was able to break through and upend him before he got the first down. But now here you are again, 3rd and short.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Tim, stat-wise and yardage-wise, UAPB is dominating this football game through 3 quarters. The Golden Lions have 315 total yards versus 208 for Jackson State.
Time of possession, 29, almost 30 minutes to 15 minutes. In the backfield, going nowhere, and Kyle Walker comes up with a big stop and a loss of about 3. They gave him forward progress to the 20, but it's going to bring up 4th down at about 5, and big play.
He's a young man who's a redshirt junior, 5'10", and 220 pounds, out of Blytheville High School, way up in the northeast corner of Arkansas, and where he was a 2-year starter for the Chickasaws.
I love that name.
That's one of my favorite mascots.
Yeah, that's Chickasaws. Okay, Walker with a little Chickasaw pride right there. Makes a big play. Field goal coming up here. Gonna be a 37-yard attempt, and it's good. So Dasing's able to knock one through, and we'll step aside as we've got 11:25 remaining here in the 4th quarter, and Jackson State back on top after that field goal, leading 27-24 over UAPB, but the Golden Lions will receive it. A big possession coming up here in the ball game when we return.
How did UAPB prepare me? The Business Marketing Program. Here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the faculty works very close with us, making sure we reach our full potential. With the help of Career Services, I was able to obtain an internship with Hope Federal Credit Union. This opportunity allowed me to travel to different states and learn additional skills. The company was so impressed at how talented and prepared I was as an intern that they offered me a full-time position as program officer. That's how UAPB prepared me.
Jackson State set to kick it away here. Taken back at about the 6-yard line. Nice cut, 25, 30, tries to get to the edge. Flag is down, and 2 flags come in here in the tail end of the play. Trying to see who that was on the return.
That's King.
His jersey's all jacked up. You can't even see his number. It's all tucked up under his pads. But 2 flags come in here at the tail end of the play.
See, I think one's going to go against Jackson State. From this angle, it looked like Jackson State defender, like it was a tripping.
They're talking it over on the UAPB sideline, and
Monty Coleman's right there in the mix of it. Normally, officials don't let you get that close.
See it? That's never a good sign. You got Freddie Fairchild, former UAPB standout linebacker, who starred for some of those state championship teams for Little Rock Central. He went on to play for the Razorbacks in Arkansas and then transferred here. He's a student assistant, graduate assistant down there on the sideline, and he just kind of flipped his chart up in the air for a second. That's never a good sign. So they called holding on UAPB, and then an unsportsmanlike penalty, but nevertheless, it's going to hurt UAPB. Instead of having it at the 35, they're going to back it all the way up to about the 21. So that's not good.
Yeah, UAPB's got some penalties at some inopportune times.
11:16 remaining. Anybody's game. The Golden Lions were down 2 touchdowns in the first half. Came back to tie it at 24. Now trail by 3. 27-24, 11:16 to play. Golden Lions will take over here. First down at their own 21-yard line. Ben Anderson, shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Dials it up deep. Got a man caught in stride. It's King. It's a foot race, and he's hauled down at the 15-yard line. And a huge pass play, and Ben Anderson put that ball right on the money in stride, and King almost ousted.
I'll tell you what, King, he's one of the top 3 fastest receivers on the team. You know, he has good skills as a receiver, and he comes from good genes because his cousin is a former UAPB wide receiver in Raymond Weber. And then in King's senior year in high school, Tim, he had 5 receptions for 107 yards and 3 touchdowns in 1 quarter.
Here is the quarterback keeper straight ahead. Anderson gets down to about the 7, picks up 7, calls his own number, and I think the Golden Lions, they have found a playmaker in Devontae King.
I tell you what, and when he's back home in St. Louis in his free time, Tim, he's a musician at his church, City Hope Baptist Church there in St. Louis.
Another golden nugget there for you, Carl. And, you know, I perked up when you said St. Louis, so you had me right there.
Well,
I knew something was good about this young man.
You got your St. Louis cap on
Well,
today.
you know, it's playoff time coming up. Here's a handoff. Hanley's got something, cuts back, dives for the end zone. Let's say they're going to mark him just shy. They're going to say he was down just inside the 1, but a great effort. Nevertheless, it's going to set up a first down and goal for UAPB.
Yeah, Ben Anderson thought it was a touchdown. From our angle, Tim, it looked like
you look at the replay here. Great shot by Roger Robinson again. His knee's not down. He's in there.
That's touchdown.
Boy, if this is reviewed
that's a touchdown.
on a higher level of college football, they would review this, and it would be an easy touchdown. As the replay shows, that ball is over. Before his elbow hits, he is sliding. He is over and in the end zone. But
the side judge blew that one.
Oh, no doubt. Nevertheless, first and goal. Anderson fighting for it. And they're going to mark him just shy of the end zone again. Wow. Boy, you just hold your breath here because the Golden Lions should have had a touchdown on that effort by Hanley, and the official made a mistake and called him down, not just short, but a full yard away from the end zone, and he clearly got in my opinion. But they don't get the call, so now you got second goal from the 1 here. Just run the sneak again.
Tim, I always like that bootleg.
I'm a bootlegger myself. I like them bootlegs, my man. I'm not bootlegging any shine or anything, but I'm just saying I like them bootlegs. I like that call. Let's see what they do. Option pitch. This is dangerous. It's free at the 6. Hanley gets back on it, but it was deflected. Anderson was hit. He tried to option it. If he could have got a clean pitch there, it would have been a touchdown, but it was deflected, and that is dangerous. And now all of a sudden it is 3rd down and goal from the 6. When Hanley looked like he got in for the score, boy, that just really just hurts you right there. Yeah. My goodness, now it's a whole other situation here. Wow. Loss of 5 on the option pitch fumble there.
Well, I like the matchup, the one-on-one. You got Isaiah Ferguson, the big 6'6" target there at the bottom of your radio dial.
Dan Anderson, make a play. This is big right here, Carl. Design quarterback keeper Anderson. He's going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4, so 4th and goal. And
you got to kick it.
Going to have to settle for a short field goal and try to tie it up when the Golden Lions really scored a touchdown.
Really did.
After further review, we looked at it. It looked like Brian Hanley was in the end zone, clearly had his whole arm and the football extended over the goal line, and the official marked him down at the 1. Now they're settling for a field goal, and it is good. So the Golden Lions tie it up, but that spot by the official cost the Golden Lions 4 points. 7:17 to play. We'll step aside. UAPB Jackson State. 4th quarter getting late. We're all tied at 27.
Hi, I'm Sunflower Wilson, a recent graduate with a degree in fisheries biology. As I begin working on my master's, I am confident in the skills and lessons that UAPB has taught me through instructors like Dr. Hawkness.
Sunflower challenged herself with a rigorous course curriculum. Her efforts led to numerous presentations in front of scientific audiences at state and national venues. A National Science Foundation internship gave her the opportunity to go to Alaska and work with scientists examining crustacean physiology. UAPB prepares its students for opportunities like these every day.
UAPB prepared me.
Strickland set to kick it away here. His field goal a moment ago tied it up at 27. And kick is a touchback. Nice kick there. Angle to the left side for a touchback. But let's see if we can get another replay, guys, of what should have been a touchdown a moment ago by Brian Hanley. Take another look at it here, as it looked like he clearly got in the end zone. They marked him down at the 1.
Yeah.
But his knee's not down, his elbow's not down till there, but it looks like the ball is clearly over the goal line by
Across
then.
the lane, yes.
And
great shot by Roger Robinson.
Yeah, it was. That's terrible, because that cost UAPB 4 points. As even though they had first and goal from the 1, they end up having to settle for a field goal and tie it instead of taking their first lead of the game. So that is a game-changing play there, and there's no replay overturning this level of college football where we are, unless it's a nationally televised game, in which it's not. And there's a pass play and a gain of about 9 for Jackson State. But what I don't understand, you know, if it's on ESPN, then you can look at it.
Yeah.
But just because you're not on ESPN, either have replay for every game or don't do it at all.
I agree.
I mean, anyway.
I believe we had replay at the championship game, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't understand it. You don't even want to get into it.
6:41 to go here. Jackson State with the football. Second down and a short one from their own 34. Ivy, no one's open. He'll run it for a first down. Dives forward, picks up about 3 off the left side. That was easy for him to do. 230 pounds, 6'3".
This game might go
bowling
down.
Ball back there.
This game might go down to who has the ball last.
Well, 6:26 to go. Playing hot potato here. Our musical chairs. Maybe UAPB will have another crack at it coming up.
You go to look at that call, you look at the block field goal, just
field goal off the upright. I mean, there's been all kinds of stuff.
The tip ball.
There's a pass play out to the right flat, up to the 44, maybe the 45-yard line, a gain of about 8 that time. And on the catch was Michael Perkins, receiver out of Indiana. And boy, you look at Rutgers still limping noticeably on the field. He's been limping the whole second half, but he's out there still making plays.
He's a warrior. You know, it's going to take a lot to get him out the football game.
But second down and 2 here. Lots of things you can do on these second and short. It's my favorite position to be in if I were a play caller. Love second and short. Pass caught, first down, knocked out of bounds, but not before.
The UAPB coaches saying he juggled. He was
Well,
juggling
they're not
football.
going to win that battle. Whatever call they make on the field is what's going to stand. That was Deshaun McKenzie on the catch, but
Jackson State receiver is down.
That's Rucker. He's been banged up the whole second half, and this time he goes down and he's not getting back up, at least not in the next few seconds anyway. They're working on that right leg.
His replacement is Clinch.
5:24 remaining. We'll have a little injury delay here, but we're all tied at 27. And Jackson State will have a first down at the UAPB 48 when we resume play here in just a moment. But it's been a really fun ball game. It's going back and forth. Both teams having control of the game at times. And Rucker just going to limp his way over to the bench as the training staff will work on him.
Now Rucker's replacement is a young man out of Montgomery, Alabama. His name, I think it's Clinch, I believe. The can Clint. He's a sophomore. He's out of St. Jude High School there in Montgomery, Alabama.
Just over 5 minutes left. Getting late here, winning time. Ivy gonna throw it. McKenzie's got it. Just shy of the 40. Gain of about 7.
And Jackson State went right at him too, you know.
Oh yeah.
You got a sophomore coming in and
Chums in the water. Sharks are gonna get it. They smell blood, fresh meat out there, and they're gonna go right at clinch. Second down and 3 coming up here. Ball spotted at the 41 rather of UAPB now. 4:30 and counting. Now you'll see Jackson State take their time. They don't want to leave much time on the clock if they score or don't score for UAPB. There's a little pick play out on the corner here. First down and more. Out of bounds at the 29 of UAPB and a gain of about 12 and a first down. Clock will stop at 4:22. Reset the chains here.
I tell you what, Ivy's had, he's really operated real well at quarterback, and I think UAPB's only put him on his back once tonight.
Well, Rucker's back in there as clinch comes out, so Rucker is, boy, he's wearing it on his sleeve tonight.
He's a warrior.
3 receivers set here for Jackson State. Ivy in the pistol, fakes the handoff. No, he does hand it off. It's Sims, and Sims is hit for no gain, maybe a loss, as Antonio Jenkins makes a fine play out in space. The loss of a yard there as Antonio Jenkins, another guy talking about a warrior, had to be carted off the field last week in about a 15-minute injury delay. Thought he would miss a couple of games with a groin injury, and he's right back out there making play after play tonight.
He's a preseason all-SWAC performer. They tell you what, he's out of Watson Chapel, Red Shirt Jr., 6'1", 215 pounds, but he's extremely quick.
Second down 11 from the 30-yard line. Jackson State getting close to field goal range, but they want more. Gonna throw it, incomplete. Had a man open, but he had to fall back on it. Jared Turner made a nice play and maybe deflected it as he dove for it. Brings up 3rd down and 11. This is a huge play coming up here. And it also stops the clock at 3:13. And this is a paramount play right here. This is big. Crowd getting into it. There's the snap. Ivy. Pass is incomplete. Led him too far over on the sideline, the JSU sideline. Even if he catches it, he's going to be about 4 yards shy. And he was going for his favorite target, Daniel Williams. It brings up 4th down. They want to attempt a long field goal. And I believe that's what they're going to do. This is going to be about a 47-yard attempt from the left hash here. With 3:09 to go in the 4th quarter, we're tied at 27. And they're going to call a timeout. Let's see. UAPB calls a timeout here.
I'm going to make him think about it a little bit.
Yeah, Jenkins was down on the knee, and I mentioned him last week. He's kind of got a little hitch in his giddy up as he's kind of gingerly walking back to the huddle, but you know he's playing in some pain here tonight.
Well, Antonio said he's, 2 seasons ago, Antonio split time between strong safety and linebacker, while seeing a lot of action on special teams. But he's the kind of kid that, he's really beefed up since he came out of Watson Chapel High School, because he's only about 200 pounds there as a senior in Watson Chapel, but he's at about 215 now, and he's probably the hardest hitter on the defensive side of the ball for the goal lines. He's a very impressive young man. Like I said, he's a preseason all-SWAC performer.
So here we go. UAPB called a timeout. Now they may punt it here.
Yeah, they are.
They rethink it a little bit. Watch the fake, because if you don't get it, there's not much field position difference, really. Trying to get a little pooch kick, trying to get it angled in there, and oh man, you should have caught it. If If he catches a fair catch, the special teamer for Jackson State was there to he had a fair catch lined up perfectly at the 4-yard line.
Yeah.
For some reason, he let it go, and it rolls into the end zone for a touchback, and that cost him about 16 yards there.
He's just walking out with his hands on his head, hands on his helmet, rather, because he knew that.
Wow.
He somewhat blew it. And I didn't get his number, Tim, but he's going to a lonely spot over there on the Jackson State sideline.
Golden Lions catch a break there, and they'll take over at their own 20 with 3:02 to go. We're tied at 27. We'll see if the Golden Lions can put together a game-winning drive right here and get their first SWAC win of the season. 0-1 in conference play. And Jackson State coming in at 1-1. It's going to be a design keeper on the fake handoff. Anderson makes a man miss. Look out, gets to the second level, dives for the first down, and nearly broke free there as he gets up, pumped up, and picks up about 13 yards and a first down. And here come the Golden Lions now.
Well, at that time, Mikael Carter, the senior tackle there for the Golden Lions on the left side, had a key block there for Anderson to pick up some more yardage. And now what UAPB wants to do is keep the football out of Jackson State's hands and pick up some first downs and penetrate this football down the field.
Fake the handoff, set up a screen. It's Willie Young. Young's got something, 45. Out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. And a gain of about 15 and a first down for UAPB. And that's something they went to many times in 2012. The little tunnel screen left side. They went to Eckwood a whole bunch of times with that. And Willie Young's the perfect guy for that with his speed. Another big first down. The Golden Lions right at midfield. Just over 2 minutes left, tied at 27. This could be a big win if the Golden Lions can finish it off. It's Hanley. He's got something on the edge. Don't hold. No flag. Could he fumbled on the cutback. There's a pile up for it at the 48-yard line of JSU. Oh, have mercy.
Looks like UAPB got it back.
Oh, have mercy. Living on a prayer.
The Golden Lions got it back.
Hanley maybe trying to do a little too much that time. He cut back in traffic and dropped the groceries. Let's see if we can take another look at it here. Here on the cutback, and then boom. Yep.
See, UAPB
from behind.
The Golden Lions only have one timeout, Tim. You got 1:19 and ticking. They really need about 20 more yards to be in field goal range.
Play action here. Anderson got some time over the middle, but not able to go down to a knee and catch it as it was thrown low. And that was Willie Young again. He's been his favorite target tonight, along with King. But it stops the clock at least at 1:06. Now you got a big third down and about 7 here.
I still like Isaiah Ferguson in the slot there. He's a big target, Tim, at 6'6", and he's being covered by Griffin, a 5'11".
Huge play here,
Safety.
Carl. Stepping up. Anderson's got room, slides for the first down. He's got the first down, I believe. Boy, they gave him a poor spot.
Yeah, he's got it.
But he got just enough, even with the poor spot. He slides down on his backside and makes it happen. With the first down, he picks up 7. 52 seconds and counting. The Golden Lions with just one timeout left, trying to hang on to it. At the JSU 42, 1st and 10, tied at 27. Anderson throws off his back foot, incomplete. Out on the right flat looking for King, but he didn't have anything on the throw. Stops the clock with 39 seconds. And you know, Strickland he's been warming up over there as he's now easing back about 5 feet behind Monty Coleman's back there. And that, you know, he just patted Monty on his left shoulder and just let him know, hey boss, I'm ready. So we'll see if the Golden Lions still need to pick up about another 15 yards to get a decent opportunity, but remember the last long field goal
hit the crossbar.
Yeah, well, and it was blocked, the next long one. So here's Anderson, can't take a sack. He breaks free, out of problems at the 40. He's got something, a first down run and out of bounds at the 32-yard line with 30 seconds left. Ben Anderson making it happen.
He really is, I tell you. And now you're within Tyler Strickland's field goal range right
Still
now.
got 30 seconds. You got a timeout left, so you can still work the field with that timeout, but you'd like to snug it in there a little bit tighter. You'd like to get another 10 or 15, make you feel a little bit better about it.
Well, you're right, but 7 yards, 7 to 10 yards would be ideal. Now, I don't know what the delay is for now.
30 seconds remaining here, and it has gotten to winning time, to say the least, and the Golden Lions have a golden opportunity here with 30 seconds left, tied at 27. They have a first down and 10, one timeout left, and they are at the Jackson State 33-yard line. And another stoppage in play here with the officials.
You know, these two teams, Tim, last year down in Jackson, Mississippi, for Jackson State, when I wasn't their homecoming, but the Tigers got past UAPB 42-33. You know that UAPB played with a short hand just about the entire season a year ago.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Anderson points something out to his receiving core on the left side of the field. Hanley, the lone back, just to the right of Anderson. And movement off the left side, my goodness.
Micaiah Carter.
That's going to cost him 5, and these yards are precious down here when you're talking about possible field goal.
I don't think that took 3 seconds, though, Tim.
They may reset. They may reset it on the penalty. I'm not sure. Yeah, that hurt a bit, but Monty Coleman's telling the band, knock it off. We need to hear, and that's maybe hurting the offensive line to hear the snap count. It's not the time. We'll strike up the band after the game-winning score, Carl. Got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right?
I'm getting kind of superstitious. I've been sitting down all second half.
I know.
I'm going to stay still, big guy.
Well, I'm anxious, so I'm standing up.
To put 3 seconds back on the clock.
There you go. It's 30 seconds left, tied at 27. Ball now back at the JSU 37. Going to throw it, and in the turf. Incomplete. Stops the clock at 27 seconds. But second down at 15. You still need to make a play here, Carl, to even get a chance at a field goal. So maybe time to set up that little receiver screen again with Willie Young.
But I still like Isaiah Ferguson in the slot. You know, we haven't targeted him all night long, but he's a big target, and
somebody's got to make a play here. Second and 15. Jackson State showing some blitz, and now they back off. Anderson will keep it. It gets back the 5 yards they lost on the false start. Now the Golden Lions will burn their final timeout with 21 seconds left. And they'll have a 3rd down and 10 from the 32. So if you make a play here, you got to make sure you get out of bounds, or you need to have your field goal crew team ready to sprint on the field and try to kick that sucker with the clock winding down. So that's what you're telling your crew right now during this timeout is be ready.
Yeah.
If there is a tackle in bounds, be ready to run out there. And it's still going to be a long field goal.
Well, right now, Tim, it's at the Jackson State 32-yard line. You got 7 back.
So you're looking at just under 50, probably.
You're looking at right now. You're looking at about a 47, 48-yard field goal, which is well into Strickland's range.
Definitely is in his range, but the last one that was rushed was blocked in return for 6. Not to be a Debbie Downer here, but it is what it is. It's reality. But let's see if the Golden Lions can make something happen here and get a little bit closer and get out of bounds with it. I believe Now on the scoreboard, they show 2 timeouts. Just a minute ago there was 1, and they just used 1. So maybe they have more timeouts than I know of. Was I mistaken? I believe it showed 1.
It did show 1.
And now they show 2. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but that's pretty big. Here's Anderson, pump fake. Reverses field. Huge block by McKell at the 30. Anderson out of bounds at the 25.
Should be a flag there. Should be a late hit out of bounds.
A late hit out of bounds. He gets out of bounds with 11 seconds left. And now it's going to be 4th down and a yard. I thought he had the first down. He was diving for it and got shoved hard out of bounds. But here we go.
It's a championship game, Tim.
Yeah, except the other one was a long extra point, basically, and now this one is definitely makeable. 11 seconds left.
You got a kid out of Washington Chapel snapping to. Branch is snapping to.
Kid out of North Carolina. Holding. And kid from Alpine, California kicking. This is going to be a 41-yard attempt from the left hash. Branch the snap, Nieheiser the hold, but then there's I believe a timeout call. They're going to try to ice him or delay a game. Oh, no. As the play clock was at 0. Oh, no, a delay of game penalty on UAPB. Are you kidding me? Wow. So this is just going to make it 5 yards harder. My heavens, how does that happen?
Wow.
So, okay.
Now you're looking at a
46-yard attempt from the left hash. Come on, Tyler. High snap, Nieheiser the hold. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. He pushed it wide right. The crowd thought he made it, but you always got to watch the officials.
Under the goal.
Under the goal. And that's what I was looking at the whole time, and they say no good. And you just wonder if that 5 yards on the delay of game may have cost him the field goal there. It was very close, but again, it's from this angle, and unless you have that straight-on angle, you can't really see it because it always looks good from the side, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you got to wait on the officials, and you have that long, dramatic pause, kick is up, and you got to just wait as he pushed it to the right. And here we go, folks. Flashbacks of 2012 championship game. We're going to get some free football here as we're going to overtime, folks. And this is where it gets real fun.
It really does.
But the Golden Lions had a chance to win it, and this has been a bizarre game to say the least.
Go back to this touchdown, Tim, that we thought
absolutely.
Hanley got in.
You look at that now. I mean, played Monday morning quarterback, but if you go back and look at it, that cost UAPB 4 points late in this game. And so here we are. No sense of closing the gate. The cows done got out. We got to go on and play. It's 4th quarter.
You understand the overtime rules, big guy?
Oh yeah, we've had, as you know, living in Arkansas and watching football outside of UAPB, we've seen some wild overtimes, and you should be well accustomed to it by now. And UAPB, their last overtime game was that SWAC championship game, and they end up stopping Jackson State on their first try, which is, you want to play defense first to see what the other team does. Because if they don't score, then you know what you have to do. And then all you need is a field goal. But if they score a touchdown, you know you got to score a touchdown. So you generally want to play defense first.
Yeah.
And we'll see. But what a thrilling finish, even though the Golden Lions did not capitalize. But, boy, you hate to see that delay a game. It makes that field goal from 41 to 46 yards, and then he just misses it. You just wonder if that had any effect on it or not. But
it was a high snap.
And a heck of a hold by Nieheiser from North Carolina, by the way. What a great hold, because that ball had some zip on it from Branch. Nieheiser showed some wide receiver skills there, going up high and snags it with his fingertips and puts down a good hold there, and a pretty clean kick by Strickland, but he just missed it. And here we are set for overtime now, and a SWAC thriller here tonight. And these two teams, they always give you your money's worth, I'll say that.
Without a doubt. Now for UAPB, you wanna win the coin toss.
Yep, and you want to play defense first in this situation. We can't hear, of course, the band's playing anyway. We can't.
Yeah, Jackson State won the coin toss.
Yeah. They're gonna, and then the team that doesn't win, they get to pick which end of the field they want to play on, and of course they're going to pick this end because it's the farthest from the band. Because they actually need the silence in these situations so you can hear on the field, and that's why the refs have all these warnings.
Jackson State won the coin toss,
and of course
chose to be on defense.
Naturally, this is exactly what we were talking about. You want to play defense first, and so the Golden Lions will have it first. But with that being said, if you can punch in 7, it puts a lot of pressure. What you want to do on defense is hold them to a field goal or to nothing.
Yeah.
And now you got it. Now you're in the driver's seat if you're the second team to take the ball. But if you do score a touchdown, now you can kick an extra point through the first 2 overtimes. But after the second overtime, if you make it that far, then you are forced to go for a 2-point conversion, and
Absolutely.
that is put in place so you don't have games that last all night if teams just keep matching each other with the score, touchdown, and then an easy extra point. So they make you go for 2.
I think a few years ago, Arkansas Ole Miss, I believe they went 7-8 overtimes.
Arkansas played in 3 sets of overtime games that went at least 6 overtimes. So that's what I was alluding to earlier. So here we go. Play action bootleg. Anderson's in trouble. Gets by one man. He's got a man open. Big tight end's got it inside the 10-yard line. And Al Sala, big junior tight end out of Casa Grande, Arizona.
Yeah, he's a transfer. He went to Mount San Into Community College there, in, like I say, in Arizona.
Yeah, Mount San Jacinto College, and made a great play there. Bootleg. There's our old bootleg we're always talking about. So first and goal at the 8-yard line for UAPB. Pump fake. Anderson got to get rid of it. Back of the end zone. That's a penalty. That's going to be a hold now to his defense. The ball was thrown behind Willie Young, and Willie Young got twisted around. When he was trying to twist back to the ball, the JSU cornerback grabbed him.
Well, the Jackson State coaches are saying the ball was uncatchable, but
well, they don't. They already threw the flag. You need to make the call because there's no reviewing it, and you can't review something like that anyway. You either need to say it's catchable or not, it's a penalty or not, and they called it a penalty.
And it gives you a first down.
It does. So, an eligible receiver. I think he misspoke there, Carl. Can't have an ineligible receiver on the defense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now, if the Golden Lions are able to score, you're right, Tim, this puts pressure on Jackson State.
It does indeed. So that formula really only works if you can get a stop. Here we go, first and goal from the 4. Anderson calls his own number, trying to get to the edge, and Jackson State eats him up at about the 3.
For a moment there, it looks like Ben was going to be able to get in.
He had some daylight, but you know, you are in overtime, and Anderson has been banged up and running and throwing all night. He just didn't have that extra burst right there that he normally has.
Well, I tell you what, Tim, like I said, UAPB is just really dominating the game. At the end of 4 quarters, the Golden Lions had 451 total yards compared to 288 yards for Jackson State in time of possession. 30, just a little bit under,
14 more minutes.
Yeah.
But there's no clock to be played with now, as that means nothing here in overtime. Second down and goal from the 4. Handoff. Hanley fighting for yardage close to the goal line. And boy, we've said this before, they mark him down at the 1.
Tim, do you go for it on 4th down, or you go and kick the field goal?
I think you go ahead and go for it. I think if you kick a field goal, now Jackson State needs a touchdown to win it. You're down here. You got 2 cracks at it at the 1. It's not my call, but I said I was a bootlegger earlier. I'm a gambler too, so let's just roll the dice and let's go for it here. But let's see if they can bang one in right here, Carl. And from the 1, you got 2 shots at it here possibly.
It's about 1.5 yards out. Because Venus in the shotgun.
3rd down and goal. Handoff, cut back, not going to even get close. Now you're going to have to kick the field goal because you lost 2 yards. Now if it's 4th and goal from the 1, I may go for it. But 4th and goal from the 4, that's a different ball game. So Strickland's going to come on here, and this is going to be a long extra point, basically. It's just a 21-yard attempt, and it's in the middle of the field, but this is why you want to play defense first for this very scenario right here.
But on 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, Tim, I've never been a fan of.
Well, let's make the field goal first, Carl. And this time, it is good. So let's take a quick break here and then get right back in it.
How did UAPB prepare me? The agriculture program. At the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, it is very hands-on. They teach us how to use the technology and the tools of today's industry. Career Services helped me obtain 2 internships, and that provided me the opportunities to travel to different places like the Florida Everglades, where I practice conservation work. Opportunities like that also taught me just how many different jobs I can do with my degree. I'll be working with the USDA as a soil conservationist. That is how UAPB prepared me.
Back inside of Golden Lion Stadium, overtime number 1, UAPB leading 30-27. Jackson State's turn now. A touchdown can win it for them. They set up a screen over the middle at the 15, and right down to the 15 is Sims, and Sims was just caught from behind that time by Kyle Walker, and Sims may have went down here.
He did.
Sims is down there, starting running back.
Kyle Walker
holding his left leg there, but Walker almost was dangerously
horse collar.
Yeah, almost horse collared him. But here's the situation why you want to play defense first that we go back to, because they held UAPB to a field goal. So now a touchdown can win it for Jackson State here. So UAPB has got to try to hold Jackson State to a field goal, or they need a turnover. And now after that 10 yards, Jackson State is 15 yards away from winning an overtime game here. So,
but Sims is still down too. It's
yeah, this may be a minute for Sims.
Injury timeout.
Yeah, you just hate to see. Football is a very brutal sport, and you hate to see situations like this, Tim, because looks like a pretty serious injury.
Yeah, well, I got a minute here. I want to mention our crew has done a great job here tonight as it's getting late. The game is starting to wind down. And back in the studio, of course, it's at KUAP, it's Finley Hill and DJ Barnhill, Derek Barnhill back in the studio. And for our crew here, Randy Kelley, Shelly Roby Ingram, Roger Robinson, William Lawson, Archie Howard, Johnny Williams, Candace Tate, and of course, the 2 bootleggers down here, Tim Stubbs and Carl Wimper.
Yeah, Sims is going off Tim on his own power, but he's being assisted though. It looks like it's a knee or ankle.
Well, that could be a costly injury, but Jackson State, as I mentioned, first down here at the 15. Boy, it'd be a pretty good time for a turnover, wouldn't it?
Really
just win the game, literally.
A fumble when UAPB recovered it?
I'll take it. I like it. Here's the shotgun snap. Ivy's got some space. Cut back at the 10, 5. Ivy, game winner. Walk-off, touchdown, Jackson State. The big 230-pound quarterback just pinballs his way in from the 10 and walks off a winner. And a little vindication for Jackson State in overtime, as some of their players are shouting some things towards the UAPB sideline. You don't want to bark up that tree, I can promise you that.
You really don't.
So, final score 33-30, and they feel a little justified, but UAPB's overtime winner brought them the hardware a couple of years ago, so it's a little bit different. But Jackson State's got to be careful as they're shouting some things towards the UAPB players and sideline, and I don't know if they needed to review the film of Southern University a couple of years ago, but that's not something we want to revisit for sure.
No, you really don't.
So 33-30 in thrilling fashion. Jackson State breaks the hearts of UAPB tonight, and boy, woulda, coulda, shoulda, if, ands, and buts. If they were all candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, Carl. And
done, Merry.
Well, I tell you what, you go back to that Brian Hanley, looked like a touchdown late in the game, and they called him down at the 1. He was clearly in. UAPB had to settle for a field goal. We end up going to overtime, tied at 27, and just so many things. Golden Lions had a chance to win it with 10 seconds left with a field goal, and this is what I'm talking about here.
Going on.
Monty Coleman's getting in the middle of that, and he's going to be throwing some knuckle sandwiches and elbows upside of his own players' heads, getting them out of there as quick as possible. As no one, like I said, no one wants to revisit that mess from a couple of years ago for sure. And Jackson State, to me, kind of starting all this with all the mouthing after the game and taunting because you won. You needed to win with class and get off the field and go celebrate your win and try not to rub it in their face. But it is what it is. But Jackson State, give them credit, but they are very fortunate to win this game as the Golden Lions, with a little bit more luck and maybe the ball bouncing their way and a call here or there, a field goal here or there, deserved to win this game, but it didn't go on their side of the scoreboard tonight. A lot of positives to take away from this, Carl, as we wrap things up here. I really liked the fight. I saw a lot of positive things on offense for UAPB, but it just didn't result in a victory. It's going to turn out to be a heartbreaking loss in overtime, but still like the effort and performance tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, Tim, with the exception of the first quarter, this Golden Lion team settled down offensively, made some plays. They're on a new offensive set this year. They're in a pro-style set. It's taken some time for this offense to really click and gel, but you saw a lot of positive things. But like you said, if you go back, take away the block field goal, and gosh, Hanley got in on touchdown. I just wish that the officials could see our replay. Well, you know, he was cleared into the end zone.
We can send it in to the SWAC office or whatever or something. I don't know. I mean, what you can do. There's nothing that's going to affect the outcome of this game. But I don't know. It is what it is. We'll wrap things up here tonight. Of course, for our crew back in the studio and for our crew here for UAPB TV. And again, the final score, 33-30. Jackson State wins it against UAPB in overtime. I'm Tim Stubbs. He's Carl Wimper. We say good night from Golden Lion Stadium. Go Lions.
I chose UAPB because of their master's and PhD offerings in the Aquaculture and Fisheries Department. Applying what we've learned in the classroom to real-world problems in the field has been most beneficial in the classroom. It's that real-world experience that makes the difference. The entire Aquaculture and Fisheries Department act as mentors here on campus. I feel that it's their goal to help me succeed. While attending another university, I had the opportunity to intern at UAPB in the Lonoke County Fish Diagnostics Lab. The exposures and experiences in that internship led me to transfer to University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Upon graduation with my undergraduate's degree in aquaculture and fisheries, I intend to seek a master's degree here at the university. My experience at the university has been a good one. I consider it an honor to be part of a well-established aquaculture and fisheries program that receives national recognition. UAPB is preparing me.